Welcome back to the Vantora videos. Larry here with you to show you our newest module, PayPal. We now have a payment module built into the Vantora system so you can take deposits, prepayments for accessories, whatever you want to do. In order to set this up, oh hey, notice I have a nice red mouse now to make my screen movements easier for you to see where we're going here. So in order to set up, first thing you have to do is set up a PayPal account. Go to paypal.com, and if you don't already have one for your field, set up a PayPal account so you can accept payments through PayPal. Then, if you click on settings to set it up in your site here, you will put your payment info in the PayPal address goes in this box down here. Don't use the one there. That is one of our test ones. You're going to put your PayPal account you set up, put that email address in there, you're ready to go. So now let's start charging for something. If we go to settings registration, you will see that we have added some new fields at the bottom here. There's a deposit amount and a payment type. This payment type can be switched to none, which means we're not going to accept any payments, or by event or by player. So for example, if you want to get $100 for every booking that's coming into your field, you sit there and say it's a by event $100. Then if somebody books in 5 people, 7 people, 20 people, doesn't matter, there's a $100 deposit for that particular booking. Or if you want, you could change this to say a $10 per person booking and make it by player. So now if 6 people book in, $60 deposit required. 30 people book in, $300 deposit required. So you can set that up with a deposit amount by player by event. If you scroll on down, you can see there's also a new terms and conditions down here. This is really important. You will want to put what your terms are so the customers fully understand the ramifications of paying for this and not showing up. So for example, all payments are final. There are no refunds. If you notify us 48 hours in advance, we'll give you a 50% credit toward another booking, whatever you want to put there. So right here we've set up a $10 per player. Let's switch it back to $100 for the booking per each event. And now we have our legal mumbo jumbo here, so I'm going to save these changes. Okay, so now let's go see what it looks like to the customer. If somebody goes in and they want to book, they pick their date and they go on through here, and you can see right away it drops a registration deposit, and that's a $100 deposit. It doesn't matter if I have 4 players coming in or if I have 40 players coming in, I'm still doing a registration deposit of $100. Their terms and conditions are right here. You'll see the checkout is grayed out. All right, here's our terms and conditions. All payments are final, no refunds, just like you saw. So you put whatever legal mumbo jumbo you want there. When they close that, they cannot get to the checkout button until they have checked this box saying that they agree to the terms and conditions. That's going to protect you in case there's any argument over whether or not they're deserving of a refund. Obviously, you'd have to fill out the rest of this in order to finish the reservation. But let's go in and look at just a few other things here. Maybe besides the this way of getting a payment, we have another way of doing it. We're going to change this payment type to none for the time being, and we're going to go over to registration custom fields. This is another way that you can set up payments coming to you, or deposits or payments, either way you want to think of it or do it, for your particular field. So for example, I could have booking packages. So if I edit this booking package, you'll see that up at the top here we have the same thing. None means we're not going to charge anything for these different things. Or if I say we're going to do it by event or by player, then we can charge accordingly. Okay, so let's say it's by event. And maybe you guys have a thing at your field. Anytime you make changes, make sure you go to the bottom and update. So here's our booking page, and we have options. Now we have a bronze, a silver, and a platinum, and you can go in and edit these. These I already filled out. It's $200 for this one, $300 for silver. Let's take the platinum package, and what the heck, that gives them 2 pieces of pizza and a hat. So let's make that one $400. And when that's all done, we can sit here, we update it, and now we return to our fields. So we can see that we have a booking package, and we've made that a required field. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about being careful with required fields with payments here in just a second. So The next thing we want to do, let's go see how this changed everything. If we go in and we refresh our page here, I'm going to now do a booking. And when we go down, if we have 7 players that we're sitting here dealing with, okay, we have our $100 deposit, but over and above that, I'm doing a platinum package. And when I do a platinum package, it just added a $400 fee. So we're not only getting the $100 deposit fee, we're saying they have to give us another $400 because we're giving them whichever pizza we want. I thought I was going to take out my other registration package things here. Obviously I didn't. I still have it by event because I didn't save it. We're going to change that to none, save changes. Now if I go back to my booking and I refresh this, we will see that we no longer have any fee for the basic registration. We're just going to charge them a $400 platinum package fee. So you could do it where you have fields and make it a mandatory. Here we can see this is a required field. They have to choose one of these packages, bronze, silver, platinum, or free. So anytime you're doing something where there's a payment, make sure if you don't want to make it mandatory that they spend money there, you have an out. A great example here would be slushies. I have red slushies and I have blue slushies, but I also, and I can charge $3 for these slushies, and it's a $3 per person, so it's charging 7 times 3. I probably also want an option of no thank you, I don't want a slushie. Otherwise, if this is a required field and somebody clicks on this, even if it's not required, after they click in here, they have no way of removing the slushies from their cart if it was required. I can sit here and do it since it's not required if you know enough to click here, but I find it's really best to give somebody another option that says something like free or no charge. So here we'll do a silver package. We'll see how that works. And $300 goes into the cart. In order to finish going out, obviously we'd have to have our information in here. So let's take a look as it goes to PayPal. I'm going to do this to info@vantora.com. And then we're going to call this Vantora, and here's a contact phone number for me, 123-1234. Let's also pre-purchase some ammo. If I wanted, or none, I can choose that. Let's get some of those slushies, even though I think it's a ripoff. I have to click here, agree to the terms and conditions. Now I check out. Okay, when I check out of this thing, if I had chosen a time, so here we'll check a time at 12 o'clock. When I go to check out of this thing, it's going to bounce me over to PayPal. Once I get to PayPal, it will give me my order summary over here at the side. This will have your information up there, not AmSeller Code Tech. It'll have your paintball field information up here. Here's the package they got. They got a booking package. It's a silver package, $300. They have red slushies. They got 7 of these, 1 of those, etc. So now what we have to do is check out of this thing. So we have a, if they have a password and set up with PayPal, they can use PayPal. If they don't have a PayPal account, they can just use their credit card. So if I click over there, it'll let me use my Visa or MasterCard. But just to show you how it works with PayPal, it works exactly the same either way. Let's go on in here, and we will say that we are AmBuyer, and put in my password, and then I'm going to log in. It's going to pop up my PayPal information, and then I can say pay now. When I say pay now, it will go through the PayPal API. It'll make sure that everything's completed, and then whether or not they close this or return to the site, either way, what it's going to do is take them back to the payment received, where then it shows them what their next step is. Your registration was successful, next step waivers. So it's that's how you monetize things up. I know I went through some stuff pretty quick. We're going to do another one on this continuing from here. So check for the second video. It's how it looks in your admin panel and how to make changes in there. But there is the basics for setting up your PayPal.